but we'll let them continue to come in. So pretty much AMA is going to work just as usual here. We have the CEO of IQST on here and also some upper level management. We're going to be asking them a bunch of questions here. So pretty much we'll keep it a introduction to the company here, talk a bit about it, have each one of them introduce themselves, tell us their background, things like that. We'll go through the company and, some important points like revenue, stuff moving forward here, their uplisting, obviously. And then at the end, we're going to open it up to questions. So all you guys can ask questions to them yourselves, whoever you may want to ask and whatever you want to ask. So you guys will see that little hand icon down there. And all you have to do is click on that hand icon and it'll show that you guys have a question. So get all your questions ready. And then at the end, we will bring you guys up and you guys can ask them. And if you guys don't feel comfortable asking the question or, you don't have a microphone or something like that, just drop it in the IQST AMA questions channel and I can definitely just ask it for you. That's no problem. But anyways, hopefully that all sounds good, and we'll get started here. So if you guys can just do me a favor, give an introduction to the company here, and then also give an introduction to yourselves, and all of your backgrounds.
Yes. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for this opportunity to share and talk about, our project, our company, our dream. And with me in this conversation is Alvaro Quintana, our CFO, and Tony Abdo, the EBOS CEO. Tony and Alvaro.
Yes, hi. Hi, Brendan again, everybody. This is Tony Abdo. I'm the CEO of EBOS Division and also Senior VP of Business Development for pretty much everything at iQST telecom business. That includes also fintech and any other business development that comes up. We're pretty much involved in that. Just a bit of a brief description. So over 30 years experience in this, pretty much in this region, mostly what we are concentrating on, which is the LATAM region. And that's pretty much the focus of our operations right now. So I wanted to see if Alvaro can go next.
Yes, good evening, everybody, and thanks for the opportunity, Brendan, and hello to all the audience. Well, actually, I'm the CFO of iQSTEL, the holding company. I've been involved in the telecommunication and technology business for the last 25 years. Used to be the general manager of international business and value-added services for a Telecom Italia mobile division in Latin America before joining Leandro in the adventure of developing Ethelix, and now, which is our first operating company, and now, of course, iQST.
Yeah, that's great. So obviously you guys can see that they have a lot of experience here. And for anyone that's just tuning in, we're talking about iQST. They are a US-based publicly listed company on the OTC market, and they offer leading-edge telecommunication and technology services for the global markets. Now, they do have 5 different business divisions, and if one of you guys could take this, maybe Leo, whoever wants to, break down your 5 different business divisions and just give us a brief about each one of them.
Yeah, sure, Brendan. Basically, our DNA is telecommunications. We have been working on telecommunications and technology for, 25 years or even a little bit more. And when we became in a public listed company in 2018, our intention was, taking advance of all the business relations that we have built over the last 20 years in huge companies as Telefónica de España, Telecom Italia, Verizon, AT&T, and taking advance of those business relations and try to offering them more services, more products, more values. And over our technology and telecommunication experience has been based on immigrant market and how can they call to their mother countries, how they call to communicate with their friends and family there. And we took advantage of all this knowledge, and in addition to offer telecommunication services as voice, we added SMS. And in that sense, our intention when we became public was start a process of acquisitions, adding products and services to our portfolio in order to have more to sell. And in that sense, we acquire an Internet of Things division, and we acquire a blockchain platform division, just in order to sell to our current customers, huge telecommunication companies, customer base, more products and services. And in second stage was the identification of, we identified that the two important things for the immigrants around the world. And the first one is they are needing communications and they are needing mobility and freedom. And in that sense, we start our project, for our EV division, and offering them a product for Latin America that they can afford, they can buy, they can use in the day to day, improving the way that they can move and work with products that they can afford. And the second thing that we decide to offer them is a fintech product that they can, having a Visa, a MasterCard debit card, and a US bank account for the immigrants, in order to having the opportunity to remittance money to their original country. So that's basically our approach. So in that sense, we have a telecommunications division offering voice and SMS, an Internet Things division offering connectivity for large customers and large telecommunications companies. We have a blockchain division offering platforms, and we have a EV division offering at this time EV motorcycles to replace the 125cc combustion motorcycles, and we have a fintech product. Those are our five business divisions.
Great, thank you. So yeah, that should give you guys a pretty well and great understanding of what this company does, and a breakdown of kind of their 5 business divisions there. Now, a lot of you guys know, if you guys follow the channel, you're in this Discord, iQST is one of my most bullish stocks for 2022 here, and really even moving forward further than that. And we're going to get into a lot of that as we move forward here with the AMA. But one thing I want to hit on here first, and I know a couple people were asking about this as well in the questions, is moving forward here into 2022. Obviously, we know that we're probably going to see interest rates go up here in March. A lot of times of uncertainty here, a lot of weird things going on in the market, and we got the supply crunch just coming out of the COVID still in it here. So do you think any of this is going to affect you guys moving forward there, and how so? So give us a little explanation on that.
Well, in the management perspective, and the company is getting better and better and better. If you compare the company 12 months ago or 18 months ago, we have been growing the business, we have been having more products and services, we have eliminated all the convertible debts. So the company, is like in one side of the coin is how the company is, and how is the business value on the company, and in the other side is the stock market. The management works every day for improving the business value of the company, and we have been improving every single day the company is better and better every day. We have been reducing costs, we have been heading to the net profit positive company. We are heading to a $90 million revenue company. So right now we are in better position. Unfortunately, the environment of the market and the geopolitical situation is not the best for the stocks. but we are confident that, bottom line, working on the company, working on the best value of the business of the company will be reflected on the price of the stock. Alvaro, I will appreciate if you can add something at this point.
Sure. Remember that we are in the telecommunications and technology business. And for example, during all the pandemic, the telecom services have not been affected. So people is continuing, using data, using voice services, using the SMS. So that's why we saw our revenues growing up during that time. And also in the fintech, even though at the beginning of the pandemic, the remittances reduced a little bit, then they recover the volumes, and even now the remittances are higher than before the pandemic. So we are in business areas where we expect that the geopolitical situation around the world is not going to affect the demand of the services that we provide.
Right. Thank you for that. And yeah, obviously, I want to point out as well. Obviously, we're having a lot of times of uncertainty right now, and you can just see how well your stock price is, ultimately holding up right now. Over the last 1 month here, it's up 16% when the majority of the market has been trending downwards. So, a lot of the penny stocks at that have been getting hit even harder. Some down 30-40%, while your stock price is still up about 16%. So it's definitely holding on extremely strong during these times of uncertainty and doubt and interest rate hikes coming and all of that. And I think that's kind of exactly what you said, which I think some people forget is some of your core business revolves around that telecommunications, which really isn't going to go away, and people are still going to need that. So that's definitely important to note. There is just how well the stock price holds up when maybe it really shouldn't be. So it definitely has a lot of support there, which really shows a lot for the company and what you guys are doing. And that's another thing I want to hit on is, what we do on this channel and, all of you guys is we try to find those inefficiencies in the market. We want to find stocks where the stock price is falling, yet, like Leo was saying, the company itself gets better every single day, right? So IQST is continuing to improve. We're going to look at some of their big catalysts coming up here as far as revenue goes, and you're seeing if this stock price continues to fall, it really just makes the value of this company better and better. It makes it an even better buy because the company itself is continuing to get stronger and stronger as we move along there. So there's some great points you guys hit on there. Now, I want to jump to some fun stuff here, which is obviously the revenue. So one reason, I talk about your company a lot, and a lot of people like it, is that most people will agree it is definitely undervalued. Right now, you're sitting at around an $80 million company, I believe, and you're expecting $90 million in revenue coming in 2022. So can you talk a little bit about that $90 million in revenue and where you see most of it coming from, and just a quick breakdown there?
Yes. Well, we are on track for reach the $90 million revenue, but we feel confidence that with the potential acquisitions that we have targeted and we have been evaluating over last month, we easily surpass this amount of revenue. But more than the amount of revenue is that we are working to becoming in the net income positive company, reducing costs, improving our efficiency in the operation of the company. We are reducing the debt of the company, and all the acquisitions that we are planning to execute are based on net income positive companies. So, and in addition to our core business, that of course for this year, is like the Pareto, and the 80% or the revenue will come from telecommunications, our core business, and 20% will come for the new adventures and the new projects as EV and fintech and Internet of Things. Those products are more have more gross profit, more EBITDA percentage for that will enrich our mix of total EBITDA of the company, and we are confident that we are being successful in that sense. I don't know if Tony, that is leading one of the initiatives of EV, can talk a little bit our plans and everything that we are planning to implement this year.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, with pleasure. I think in the previous conference, different place I had mentioned the working behind the scenes, especially on the EVAS initiative for this region. In addition to our fintech division, which pretty soon we think will be in the near future, we'll be making some announcements when it comes to that. I think it's important, and I think Nando mentioned is how our products and services are interconnected. Fintech is interconnected with the EVAS division when it comes to the migrants and all these remittances, which is a huge business, especially for this region. We're currently working on market analysis and segmentation, because obviously we have a huge area to play with in terms of geography. So we're looking at Mexico, all of 6 countries in Central America. You have the entire Caribbean, at least 14 Eastern Caribbean islands to consider, as well as South America. And we're currently targeting Colombia as a huge market for motorcycles. So even though Latin America, which is what I like about is the fact that Latin America is really an underserved, less competitive market, and this is the market that we all have in this organization have years of experience, knowing the countries, knowing the markets, and that we believe that gives us the edge, especially when
and the language, Tony, very important.
Of course, I thought that was obvious as well, but we do speak several languages here, but including Spanish. So from that perspective, I think that that gives us an edge versus focusing on some other, bigger markets that could be, far away, but that we really, from our perspective, I think, because we really are very careful as far as how we like planning. We like, really to consider all of our options on the table. We leave nothing that unturned. We consider every possible business, and everything is on the table. So from that perspective, I think if we will be very successful by concentrating on what we know, the markets that we know, and grow from here. And of course, nothing is off the table, as I said, in terms of considering, other geographic areas and future expansions, future models, etc. In addition, I might like to add, if the other of you would allow me, which is to the IoT, the Internet of Things, that is one of our other divisions. We believe that we have the edge when it comes to software development. So from that perspective, I think that will give us the strength to continue to develop, our products and services, especially when it comes to the EV. So pretty soon we'll be making some announcements when the time is right. Leandro?
Thank you, Tony.
Great, yeah, we'll definitely be looking forward to those announcements, but that should give you guys a pretty good idea of why we think this company is undervalued, just because some of their goals that they have coming up here in the future, and obviously they expect to not only meet those goals, but surpass them, and they just told us a bit on how they plan on doing that. Now, another one of your big goals, and one of the most bullish catalysts for this stock, I think, and most people in this Discord would definitely think, is you're expecting to uplist to the Nasdaq. Can you talk a little bit about how you're going to be able to organically uplist to the Nasdaq? Do you have any plans to do reverse stock splits to get there? You can add in talking about the strategic financing a little bit. Just hit on all that, and how you guys are going to meet those expectations to list up to the Nasdaq.
Yeah, sure. Let me start, and after that I will pass the opportunity to Alvaro to get in more details. We are not planning to any reverse split at this time. It's not something that we are evaluating. It's something that right now we are confident that with the right things happening in the company and the current situation on the company and all the things that we have in pipe, we will not need to execute our reverse stock split. And regarding the Nasdaq uplisting, we have been working, I don't know, like 6-7 months, closing all the gaps and meeting all the requirements. But I want that Alvaro talk a little bit about this and all the things that we have done and everything. Go ahead, Alvaro.
Sure.
Please.
Yes, well, as Leandro said, we have been working on the uplisting. It's not a one-day process. We have been in conversation with NASA, evaluating every detail. You have to fulfill not only price per share requirement, but also you have to implement into the company some things related to the governance of the company. You have to adopt the best practices in accounting, in controlling many areas. So we have been working hard on those details that are, not everybody pay attention to that, but you have to fulfill in order to be eligible for an uplisting. One of the requirements having a net shareholders net
Equity
over $5 million. We have been working. Right now, we are in the middle of the auditing process of our 2021 financials, and we are sure we're going to meet that requirement. And basically, all the others that are in the list. The only one that we cannot control, which is the stock price, but Leandro already explained that we are confident that with the things we are implementing and the new business and the news we are gonna be sharing with the market within the next month, we are gonna be organically over the $2 that is the minimum requirement for the uplisting. So we are on track of that. We're working. We expect the market is gonna be in a good shape also for an uplisting. So at this time, we are working with the original time frame, which is complete this process within the next 6 months.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great to hear. I know that NASDAQ uplisting is definitely something that everyone's curious about, so thank you guys very much for answering that. We're definitely going to open it up to the floor here for people to ask questions here very soon. So I see some hands already. I'm going to ask about another question or two, and then we're going to take some questions from the audience. So everyone get your hands up, and I will invite you. If you guys don't know how, there should just be a little hand button down there where you can raise your hand, and I'll just invite you up to speak. You'll have to accept it, and then you guys can ask them your questions if you would like. So definitely get your questions together here while I ask just a couple more follow-up questions. But Tony, I'll direct this to you. So one big question people have been asking is a little more specifically about your the EVOS business and the EV bikes. So is there any future upgrades to the range of the bikes? Can you tell us a little bit more about them? What's the cost of the bikes? Just, I guess, a general idea of the bikes. And also, you hit a little bit on the markets. Do you plan to bring these to the U.S.? Just kind of give us an overall look there on, the bikes more specifically.
Yeah, sure. Well, I have a premiere here that I want that Tony talk a little bit about our plan and delivery and everything, because right now our first batch of EV motorcycles are traveling over the Pacific Ocean. So, but we took some of them and shipped by plane. And Tony, can you talk a little bit what we're gonna have our next days in Miami is solving this technical issue. Let me talk in advance. We are receiving some of the first batch of motorcycles at the end of this week or first week of March in Miami, and we will produce. Tony, are you there?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Make
now?
it.
Yes, yep.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I'm back.
Yes, I was telling about the premiere about our bikes in the States. Talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, so with pleasure. So basically, in order to speed things up, so we ordered the basically initial bikes to be sent by airplane, so that we get them. We're supposed to next week. We're supposed to receive the first batch. And obviously, part of our plan is we're very cautious, as we mentioned before. There is an initial period of testing, so we want to make sure we test everything, that everything is in compliance, that we ensure that our bikes are safe in every sense, that they are in compliance with every certification as per manufacturer's specifications. And after we complete that initial testing phase, we like to call it compliance phase, first within ourselves, and that's when we will begin to our initiatives to basically look at the market and see how we would best position our bikes, whether we would go whether we would the approach would be distributors, or whether different mechanism. This is something that it's currently being analyzed, but like I said before, nothing is really off the table. We will not leave any business opportunity unturned or checked, and but we're very excited to the fact that
Tony, we can see you driving the bike or not?
I think there's going to be a video. I think that's why you're mentioning that, because there will be a video, and yes, I will be driving the bike. And
Well, with your black jacket or something?
absolutely, I'm just looking for the club to belong to. But yes, absolutely. And so there will be a video that will be sent and will be broadcasted, and of course, this will be pretty soon. Actually, we get the bikes, I think, at the end of this week or next week. We begin our testing, and so right after that, it'll be released. So pretty exciting, which means we're making advance. By the way, it's not just in the U.S., but simultaneously the bikes are being shipped to many different countries in this region. And Leandro, I don't know if you want to mention about our plans for hub in Panama when it comes to Latin America. You want to expand on that?
Yes, of course. I don't know if Alvaro, that they're responsible for that, making that the whole process about shipping and the delivering of the bikes and everything, can talk a little bit about our strategy to sell them in Latin America, Alvaro.
Well, as Sonny said, we are right now having conversations with potential dealers in the different countries. We are going to have a hub for the distribution located in Panama. From that place, we're going to be delivering the motorcycles to Central America and South America. That is the most cost-efficient way to do this, because you don't have you can keep in outbound the inventory in Panama, and from there, Panama is a really it is a hub for all goods and yes, to be distributed over the region. So we are going to use it that figure. in order to have the most cost-efficient structure.
But at the same time, we're gonna receive some here in Spain.
Well, actually, we are, as Tony said, we are delivering some bikes to different regions where we already have some potential dealers interested in doing a dealership with us. And so they're going to be testing the motorcycles and in order to place the first orders.
Nice, thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys for that. Now, I'm going to ask one more question here, and then we'll open it up for some people in the audience to ask their questions. So, obviously, we know your company is involved with blockchain technology. Can you talk a little bit about the crypto space, and also if you have any plans to get into NFTs, and just talk a little bit more about the blockchain?
Well, the approach that we have in the company is offering a blockchain as a technical solution for different applications, and this was the intention with our mobile number portability application, offering services to telecommunications and the mobile market around the world. So in that sense, we are working right now in other projects that in the next weeks we can announce about this project, and this project will include something about the new technologies and the new approach that the Bitcoin and blockchain and NFT has.
Okay, awesome. Yep, thank you for that. Let's jump over to a few questions here. So, Machete, I know you had some questions. Go ahead, you can ask a few. So Machete, while you get that, get your mic figured out here, let's jump over to Hyper Invest. I know you had a question as well. Go ahead, ask your question.
Hey, Brandon, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Hey, Mr. Iglesias. There's a certain someone in our Alpha Status Discord group who has been preaching your company like Joe Osteen preaches positive mindset. And just like his congregation, I'm convinced that's one of the great things your company can do. There is a popular stock prediction website called Wallet Investor. They have your company predicted in 1 year your stock will be worth $39, and in 5 years they predict $200. In your own personal opinion, how do you feel about their predictions? And something in Spanish, estoy muy estático por el futuro de tu compañía. Muchas gracias.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for talking in Spanish. Well, to be honest, I don't feel comfortable, making predictions about the price of the stock. I believe it's not the role of the CEO making some predictions about this. My role and the role of the management is, working every day and improve the business value of the company and having a company better and better, selling more, with more profit, with more products, with better approach to the customer. That's what we are working on. So, however, I understand that sometimes, we receive information about predictions and everything, but we don't want to getting in those details about talking about predictions, because our day-to-day basis of the company is having a better company and improving and having know that company and and improving and reducing our costs. So that's basically it. And if you see how we were 12 months ago and how we were 18 months ago, I believe that it's a very good trend that the company has, and my in the management perception. And when I say management, and one of the things that I want to reinforce here is when I got an invitation for an interview or something, I try to bring some of the management team with me, because this is a company where I'm not one-man show in the company. I have a strong management working in different areas, working in accomplish all our business objectives. So this is what we are working, and this is what we believe. So to be honest, I cannot talk, about prediction and everything. More than our forecast is $90 million, and we plan to be a net income positive company. This is our best prediction about our company and our stock. And muchas gracias por hablar en español. Thank you so much for talking in Spanish a little bit. Thank you.
Claro que sí, señor Iglesias. Paso buenas noches. Adiós.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot. You can't necessarily make specific, price targets within that short of a time period, especially with what we have going on right now. Obviously, as interest rates rise and all the uncertainty in the market, you could very well see this company continue to get way better over the next 1 year, but their stock price decline, and that just shows you that there is an inefficiency in the market right there. But eventually, the stock price will catch up to what the overall company is doing, and that's when we could see some of those gains. So definitely very good answer there. Machete, is your mic working now?
Test.
There you go. It's good.
All right, here we go. Thank you guys for joining us. Just to start off, and then, basically my question was, with y'all running so many businesses, how do y'all keep it all organized?
Well, we have a very good management team, an amazing team, in front of telecommunications. Tony is supporting us with the fintech and EV divisions. We have an excellent team working on Internet of Things. And today we have, the way that we work, we have 5 divisions, and we have one meeting for each division every day of the week. So today we had the blockchain division and evaluating what we are doing, how is the execution, what are the troubles that we are facing, and how can we overcome them. And tomorrow this is my role, be working with the CEOs and the general manager for each division. How can we support them? How can we try to overcome all the issues? At the same time, I truly believe that Alvaro is doing an amazing job at the finance. Alvaro, can you talk a little bit of the job the work that you are doing with the costs and the expenses and and all those things?
Sure. Well, we have amazing people working with us in every company, and also most of our businesses are related and interconnected between them, because as Leandro explained at the beginning of our conversation today, we were trying to take advantage of our business relationship with the major telecom companies around the world. And the voice, we are working hard right now in explore all these synergies between SwissLink, Italix, Q Global, on the voice and SMS business. On that regard, we have advanced a lot on reducing some operating costs. We are merging our switching platform, so that we are going to have more control over each of the 3 divisions. That's make us more efficient and profitable. The fintech business is also coming from our relationship with and our knowledge of the migrants and how the traffic is going from the voice and the SMS traffic is going from one region to another. So we know where are they located and the needs they have. So basically, all businesses are related in some way, and we are working on the synergies and finding and putting in place all the possible synergies and cross-sellings between the companies, the operating companies.
And Alvaro, it's really important that you can remark about the savings that we have had in the past for becoming a debt-free company. Talk a little bit about this. I think it is important in this point.
Yes, well, we are we have been saying once and again that we are a debt-free company because we don't have any convertible or any dilutive debt in the company right now. So that is also
for a year, Alvaro, right?
yes. Now, yes. Now in February has been for the last 12 months free of any dilutive debt or convertible debt. So that is saving us a lot of interest and cost also. So we are more efficient in that sense also.
Okay, no, pues muchas gracias, sir.
A la orden.
Just one more question, por favor. How much of them bikes gonna go for if y'all sell them here in the United States?
Well, you know that I received many calls all over the week, you know, for friends and you know, asking for buying the bikes and everything. And, you know, a couple of dealers, they are talking with us in order to close a business with an important amount of bikes for pre-order. But right now we want to right now we are, you know, evaluating the price that we can set for those bikes in each country. So of course I will share with you and the market when we are ready to sell them in United States what will be the price. But our intention is, you know, adding value and having a competitive product with high value and high functionality. That's it. That's the strategy. So unfortunately, Machete, I cannot tell you right now the price for the bike in the United States.
Okay.
So, you know, we manage all the information about the cost and how much is, you know, the cost of producing the bikes and how much is gonna cost to take those bikes to every market, every country. But the price strategy depends a lot of the terms that we negotiate with the dealer. So we cannot say at this time a price because that's depend also on the negotiation with the dealer. So that's basically why we cannot give you how much it's gonna cost at the retail store a motorcycle in Argentina or Colombia or Panama or the US or.
One of the things that Tony's team has to address is the pricing of each country, because, for example, in some countries we can sell them a higher price than in others. So we always try to maximize the profit for the company and for the shareholders. So Tony, I don't know if you can talk a little bit about this strategy and how can we taking the decision of the price.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, noted, we noted your request. Two things, just be a little bit patient with us. We're pretty much, as Leandro and Alvaro mentioned, working on, each country has its cost, its strategy, market strategy. But I had a question for you. How many bikes did you have in mind? Maybe we can work on it.
Well, this is why Tony is leading the commercial perspective for EVOS. That's right. He's asking about how many bikes.
Yeah, you know, volume really speaks for everything. So at the end, look, what I said is true. We definitely took note of your request, and as we've had many requests from the region, as Leandro mentioned. But pretty soon we'll be for each of the countries we'll be setting out the strategy, and I know there is a lot of people that just can't wait. One of the things that Leandro, I think, mentioned, I just want to emphasize a little bit about that, which is our value proposition is going to be great intelligence functionality with these bikes. So this is what's gonna really.
Tony, please, no more premieres.
No more premieres, right? Okay. So I just want to give them good news, man. So. So, anyways, that's
I
it.
appreciate the answer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for that detailed answer. We got a couple more questions here, so as long as you have time, we'll get to a couple more questions here. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
great. So Wu Baka, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Go ahead whenever you want. You can say your question.
Thank you. Just use the screen name. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So one of the things that attracted me to the company, and forgive me if I have my information wrong, but I saw something about a acquisition of a company called SmartBiz last year. I don't know if you can detail a lot of that information. I just kind of want to know, is that still on the table, or am I completely off base, wrong company, you already did it, or whatnot? Thanks again for your answer.
Well, we have a plan for acquisition. We have been talking with 3 different companies about this. We already have a memorandum of understanding with one of them, Smarbits, and right now we are working on the closing documents. So we can announce something very, very soon. About the others 2, we are in evaluation right now with them and negotiation that we properly announce them in the right moment. But of course, this is one of the things when I talk about, the things that we have in pipe is how the things that the company is working on, and one of the is key the acquisition strategy that we are following.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you guys for that. I know acquisitions can be a touchy subject. You're not necessarily allowed to share any of that information with us beforehand, but thank you guys very much for answering that. Next question here. Mauricia, if you want to go ahead, ask your question.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Okay, great. I noticed that iQST didn't do well last week on the charts. What caused the market drop, and do we as investors need to be concerned?
About the company, about the market, about the price of the stock, about what?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's concerned about.
Okay. Well, as I say, about the company is better every single day. So we are, improving the company. We are selling more. We're catching more customers. We are having more efficiency at the cost perspective. Our sales team is, taking advance or more of the cross-selling strategies that we are implementing. So in the company perspective, the company is better, in the business value of the company is better and better. In the financials, I will let to Alvaro to talk a little bit this. And about the market, we are confident that all the service and all the product that we are offering, even the market and even the geopolitical situation is not too good right now. Our products and service are amazing, and the people keep needing them. So we are confident that bottom line, the company will be very nice. Alvaro.
I think the market is giving a right lecture of the the market is reading in a good way what the company is doing and the improvement that has been communicated through our press releases and letters to shareholders during the last month. If you compare, for example, if you look back 6 months and you compare how the Standard & Poor's 500 index has been, evolving, it has dropped 1.3%. If you compare the index today versus where it was 6 months ago, but our share has going up 35% during the last 6 months, even though we have good days, better days, bad days, worse days. But if you compare where we are today in terms of the share price, where we were 6 months ago in August, we have coming from an average of 40 cents per share to 56, 52, 60 shares per share during the last 3-4 weeks. So I think the market is reading in the right way what it has been doing, and and that is reflected also in how the share has been performing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll just hit on that just real quick before we get to the next question here. But yeah, I think it's important to look at the company, more of a long-term perspective. This isn't a quick trade. You're not just making money on an option play here or anything like that. This is a long-term perspective. So when you take a look at a stock price in a short period of time, it doesn't give you a good idea of what the overall company is doing, right? And so right now, specifically when there's all this uncertainty in the market, we could see this stock price continue to fall. But at the same time, when you look at the company, as long as they keep to hit all their goals here, we can see that the company will continue to get better and better. So really, for me at least, it just makes it a better deal to get the stock at a cheaper price, And I can also argue, like you were saying there, that, their stock price is holding up extremely well during these, very much so times of uncertainty. A lot of stocks are selling off very hard, specifically in the penny stock world. 30, 40, 50% decreases we're seeing are very, very common. When you look over the last month, their stock price is up 16.53%, and that's compared to the overall S&P 500, which is down about 1.39%. So, their stock price is holding up well and gaining during these times. So, just important to take more of a long-term perspective here, as they were kind of mentioning there. So hopefully they answered your question pretty well there, Mauricia. Thank you.
Yes, all three of you did. Thank you.
Great. We'll get to the next question here, and then hopefully we can start to wrap things up for here, you guys. We have a lot of questions here. People are really liking it, and we definitely appreciate your time. So Santiago, whenever you're ready, go ahead, ask your question.
Testing. Do you guys can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I think first, congratulations to the company. It's a great company. A lot of business that the company is thinking about it. So I wish all the best of the luck to the company, and congratulations to the team. Couple questions. Number one, we're starting the 5G. What is on a telecommunications side is planning to do it with this 5G? Is there any improvements? Is there any strategies that you guys plan to take? And question number two is, since we are making these electric motorcycles, is there any strategy that you guys have to do the transition to the traditional motorcycles? So how you guys plan to compete with the traditional motorcycle? Thank you.
Well, thank you, Santiago, for the questions. Well, about 5G, we have been working very close with a large fiber optic company in America in order to work together and acquire part of that company. So this process has taken more than we expect, but we right now still feel confident that we can announce something about the way that we can work with that company, and the approach that we have for 5G is we set as a company that provide connectivity for 5G is the way that we will approach for 5G. So and that's the idea that we have working with this company, and in fact we have last week talking and receiving a communication asking for our proposal and everything, but this is something that right now we don't have any concrete, and this is the reason why we don't tell more details about this potential acquisition. About your other question is about the transition and the how can we what we're gonna offer to the market to replace the 125cc combustion motorcycles by ours. Tony, your call.
Yeah, well, it's a bit about what I was talking about, which is, and those are the same questions that we sort of brainstorm on the inside, right, and inside the house here, and we thought about many different possibilities, but really the main aspect of it is we need to have a value proposition that will be not only equal but exceed the expectation when it comes to the uh, for example, the first batch of bikes are directed at the Latin market, and this is public, by the way. We've said this before, and these are the sort of bikes that are competing against the 125cc bikes in the market. So we believe that with the initiative, country initiatives to basically
No premieres, Tony. No premieres.
no, the key markets such as like the rising carbon emissions, the growing fuel prices, I mean, have certainly benefited the growth of the electric EV market. So that's one thing we're banking on. We see many countries already putting their congresses and legislations moving towards the EV market, and having targets to do that right away and all the way through 2000, for example, 2027 or 2030. When it comes to targets that each country wants to transition to, and cutting the carbon emissions and moving into a clean energy, green energy, I think that's all in our favor. And of course, in order to reduce the demand on the electric mobility segment, so the respective governments have promised subsidies, and they certainly have laid certain initiatives that have boosted the demand for electric, two-wheeler segment. So there's many things in those areas that we're currently working with in order to ensure that we have a winning strategy. And I think we believe that we have a winning strategy when it comes to what we're doing in the EV market. So I hope that sort of answers a bit your question.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. And the last question: when do you guys think the company is gonna be profitable?
We promise this year.
Well, that's one of our main goals this year. So we have reached a very good level of revenue. We have consolidated our revenue, and it's going to be, increasing once we add the revenues from areas that have been pre-revenue during the last 2 years. For example, the fintech, the IoT, the EV initiative, but the synergies that we have been implemented within our 3 divisions of telecommunication services are for leading to put the company into a profitable position with a net positive income, and we expect that is going to happen this year for sure. So we are working with that goal in mind.
So basically, Santiago, and to run up a little bit the idea, for all of our divisions, we have a forecast of revenue, and also we have a forecast of net income that we are, the managers and the leaders of each division, they have to meet and commit and reach. And this is the way that we are addressing this. How can we sell? How can we grow the company, becoming more and more efficient, more and more profitable? And that's the idea, that we are reviewing the plan and the strategy and all the things. And this is why we feel confident in that sense. In other hand, all the merge and acquisitions that we have in the pipe are net income positive. So when we acquire a new company, we're adding more net income positive to the company, and all the new products have a large an important part of gross profit, so they will add and soon net income positive to our results.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you guys for that answer. We're a couple more questions here. Like I said, as long as you guys have time, just feel free to interrupt us if you guys are running out of time here. But looks like we have about 3 more questions, and then we'll start to wrap it up. As long as that's good, is that okay?
Perfect.
All right. So Devious, go ahead whenever you're ready. Ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I just wanted to say congratulations on the IoT award. Also, asking about the IoT smart gas and the smart tank technology. Going forward, where do you see the IoT division going?
Wow, thank you so much for this question. We feel really proud about getting, in second year in a row an award about our IoT division and our IoT platform and device. First one was IoT Smart Gas, and this year IoT Smart Tank. That we already have an important batch of IoT Smart Tank on a chemical and one of the biggest chemical corporations around the world, and we have installed there several equipments testing and working with them. We have not announced the name of the company because the agreement that we have with them right now, we cannot tell about the name of the company until we complete all the approvals and all the certification, and we are evaluating the best way to announce this with them. So, but we really feel really comfortable, really proud of this division, and we have been working on in all the different sales sales funnel that we have for this company. I believe that in addition with the 500 Fortune company that we are already serving, we plan to pursue around 8 or 9 additional chemicals company for a smart tank, and also we have like 8-9 potential customers for smart gas. So we are really confident that this will be the year for Internet of Things and our IoT division. And as I said in other meeting, we have all the things, the perfect storm to explode the sales and the revenue for this division, because we have an amazing product with an amazing recognition around the market, and that's basically where we are.
That is great to hear. I love it. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you very much. DJ Sour Cream, go ahead and ask your question.
Test.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So my question is going to be directed towards, I guess, your payment solutions and blockchain area. So through my own separate research, I found connections to various payment platforms and whatnot, and actually linked to your website, the IW Global website. So I'll just list off the couple projects that I'm going to be asking about, but it's MLT Coin, the multi-games, I guess, platform, True Gold Coin, ETH Who Is directory, and the CPays wallet and exchange platform. I was just wondering if you could comment on that or give me any more information.
Yes, sure. As we comment, we had early today a meeting with the team of blockchain platforms, that what we are doing and all the sales funnels perspective that we have for this year and everything, talking about the mobile, the MNPA, and also for the new initiatives and talking about the the payment solution and everything. So our approach, as I said in other opportunity, is offering real solution based on blockchain technologies and token monetization to different approach to the telecommunication market and services. But at this time, we're working in a new project that we will announce in the right time. That is, have a global um, scope that will include tokenization, will include NFT, will include some of the things that right now is that you can listen right now about blockchain and the market and the new trends. So basically, is where we are. I don't know, Alvaro, if you can add a little bit more of this.
Well, actually, we are focused on using the blockchain as a technology to provide to improve the process or the specific areas in the telecom business. For example, one of the products that we are working on right now is to improve all the number portability. As you know, that's mandatory by law in more than 160 countries around the world. So basically, there are about 5 countries that are not implementing a number portability right now. So it is, and it is mandatory by law, and where we are offering to the 13 or 14 companies that do all this number portability around the world in all those countries is a way to improve the process, doing it faster, with lower cost, and we have very good, more safely and more friendly to the end user, because that's today is really complicated to do a number portability in most of the places. So basically, we are taking advantage of the technology of the blockchain, but as Leandro mentioned before, we are keeping an eye on everything that is happening on that business. Cryptocurrencies, blockchain, NFTs, and everything. So,
Thank you for your response. So that was great. My question was more so about the specific projects that are linked on your website. I don't know if you could talk about those specifically. I'm very familiar with blockchain, how it functions and whatnot. I just want to know more specifically about the listed projects that are linked to you guys.
one of the projects is the number portability. The other one is the reconciliation the settlement, all the settlement process that happens between all the telecom companies in terms of the traffic that they interchange. So we know very well that business. We have more than 150 interconnections around the world, and we know very well the issues that a company is facing when doing a settlement and payments of that traffic, that traffic between telecom companies. So today is very demanding in terms of people working on it, and the process it takes a lot of time, and our solution is focused on reducing the time of the settlement and do it in terms of hours or days, because it is a lot of money involved in that business. So if you cannot collect an invoice for 30 days because you cannot do the settlement and do the match between what your customer is your provider is invoicing you and what your switches are showing. So the process get very complicated. So that's basically what we are doing with both propositions. So one is to improve the process of the number portability, and the other one is to improve the settlement process between companies in terms of the traffic that comes from the interconnection.
Anyhow, let me tell you something, DJ, because if you think that you need more details feel comfortable to send us an email to investors. I will take care of this and we'll arrange to the some of our engineers answer you the details that you need to know. Please, that will be a pleasure to get in those details.
All right, that sounds great. I'll forward any further questions. I can speak to someone one-on-one. I really appreciate taking the time to answer that.
Oh, please, my pleasure. Thank you so much for your questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, DJ. So, OG Tigris, go ahead. Whenever you're ready, you can ask your question.
Hi, everyone. So there was something that you guys didn't brush over that out of more curiosity, and I'm not sure if a lot of shareholders are aware, or the newer shareholders. You guys announced in, I think, August of 2020, a relationship with Modus in Dallas, where you guys were sharing patents with not only you guys, but ALYI as well. My understanding is they are part of the main group that runs with your IoT labs. So I wanted to know, really, if you guys could go briefly over the relationship between EVOS, the Revolt motorcycle, IoT labs, as well as Modus.
Yeah, sure. Well, nice to meet you, OG, because several times I see your Twitter answer and talking about the company, and thank you so much for your support. Basically, the idea, remember that we are a technology company, and the way that we approach to Modus and to Alternate is to offering them to provide the batteries for their motorcycles. So we have been working with Modus, we have been working with Alternate, developing a proprietary battery solution for their motorcycle. And in that sense, in addition to the battery, the other thing that we want to add then is a functionality with the Internet of Things device to put on over the platform of the motorcycle, and giving connectivity, giving value added for that. In that sense, we have the design of the batteries that we can and we expect to provide to them, and we have the design of the EV smart solution for their motorcycles. So we have been working with them. We have a very good relation with the Alternate team and with the Modus team. They are really professional working on this solution. And the idea is, that deliver the products when we are needing them. And this basically the relation that we have with them.
Do you guys physically use Modus as part of your blockchain integration as well for your app for the Internet of Things? Because from my understanding, if you take Tesla, for example, his app for the battery charging you can use in the US or outside of the US. There's certain select European countries where those apps can actually mine cryptocurrency when you're charging, or you can even pay via cryptocurrency through the app. The reason I say that with your relationship with Modus is because, ALYI has the relationship with Zoomcar, who is also someone who would use an app that you guys would basically make into this giant, I guess you could say, relationship where you guys all benefit because you're all designing something that's key components to not only Revolt, but EVOS, Revolt India, who's on the Revolt token website on a video. It's like this huge ecosystem. So I noticed, with your year over year, your highest revenue ending in September of 2021 is the IoT labs. It outweighs the rest of the company in growth, and I expect it to be even more for your year end. But I think that the motorcycle display, I think there's a lot more to it with the relationship, and I guess I was just trying to see if I could get a little more out of you guys.
Well, Tigris, to be honest, I don't want to tell more, premieres here in this meeting, but we are working with a solution, with a platform, adding value added to our bikes and to the alternate and revolve bikes. But this is the only thing that we can tell you right now.
Understandable. Thank you, though. Thank you for your time.
No, please, my pleasure. And our Brad Listerman. Brad, you made it.
Hey everybody, glad to be here. Hope you can hear me okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you great, Brad.
Let me introduce Brad. Brad is leading our IR department. He's the general of the ambassadors army of the company. So Brad, thank you for stepping by here.
Oh, my pleasure, and it's been so much fun and a thrill to work with the company and watch its growth over the last couple of years. So it's great to be part of the team, and I'm happy to answer any questions for anybody at any time I can.
Awesome, great. I think we might have one more question here. Santiago, did you have another question? If you do, go ahead, you can ask that, and then we'll start to wrap things up here. Santiago, did you want to ask your question? Yep. Okay, good.
Yep. I'm sorry, guys. I
No
was on mute. Yeah, I think this is the question, the $1 million question. It seems the company is looking for a very bright future. And what happens if in the future some of the big companies want to buy IQST? It's not just the company, or maybe some divisions. Are you guys willing to sell or merge with some big companies?
Wow, what a question. Well, this will be a very nice problem to figure out the way to solve. Right now, we don't have any plans to sell any division of the company, but of course, if we receive a very good offer that will be very nice for the investors and for the shareholders, of course, we will consider it. I don't know, Brad, if you can add a little bit about this.
No, I would just say that the company is on the radar of a lot of companies, and at any time, from what I've seen, we are a growth-oriented company. So the company is going to first look at shareholder value, and as Leandro rightfully pointed out, we'll look for any opportunities for growth. But everything I've seen from this company, they've got the ability to grow and expand on their own. Joining forces with somebody would be great, but only if it really adds great value to the shareholders and in general. I just wanted to add real quickly that anybody, if you reach out to us on social media, we will get back to you, whether it be Instagram or Facebook. Feel free anytime, send us a direct message, or as pointed out before, investors at iQSTEL, and we will definitely get back to you with any questions that you have. So thank you for allowing me to say that.
Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. Let's wrap up with one last question here. Someone wanted me to ask it for them. So it says, from the shareholder letter released on January 27th, is there another investment banker you guys are in negotiations with to help guide this NASDAQ uplisting, which is separate from the previous one that you announced that will be funding that $60 million? Is there a different investment banker that you guys are working with?
It's a different. We already select the investor bank for the uplisting, and we will announce on the right time. But we already select, and we have other investor bank or family office in order to support us for investments over next 3 years, but are different.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for answering that. So we'll wrap things up here. You know, we had a ton of questions here, almost an hour and a half of value for everyone here in this Discord. I got it all on recording, so I'll make sure to post this in the Discord so everyone that was at work or wasn't able to listen, they'll be able to listen to this entire meeting as well. Thank you guys so much for coming on here and providing so much value to everyone. Everyone here knows that IQST is definitely one of my most bullish stocks for 2022, and that's just because you guys continue to meet your goals, meet your expectations, and you obviously have great goals and big catalysts coming up for this year as well. So if there's anything closing that you guys want to say, go ahead and say it, or otherwise we'll end it here.
Brendan, just to say thanks for this opportunity. It's amazing for us, having the chance to talk a little bit about the company, the plans, and all the things, and for in representation of the management team, because right now we only have Tony, Alvaro, and Brad, but we are a team, a very complete team of managers working on a daily basis for becoming a better company, and we only have to say, thanks for this opportunity to share our vision, our plans, and what we are doing and what we can expect of the company. Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah. And you other guys, if you want to say anything, if not, we'll start to wrap up here.
I was going to say, Brendan, thank you so much. Great session. Great questions from everyone. Really, really great session. So thank you for your support here, and we will continue in these sessions. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your support of the company, for being here, and for all your questions.
Of course, yeah, you guys are most definitely welcome. Go ahead, Brad.
Sorry, Brendan. I just want to add in, if there's any for the shareholders that do miss this, we will post this up on social media with the link so that you can catch the entirety of it. And thank you very much for hosting us.
Of course, yeah, no problem. Hopefully we can do some of these meetings again as you guys continue to release some more information and some more premieres, and hopefully we'll continue these as we move forward. But that's about it, guys. Thank you everyone for joining. You guys had some amazing questions, and that is all. So we'll go ahead and end the meeting here, and everyone enjoy your night.